Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to look at we are looking at week 7, functions and declarations, and under it we'll be looking at arguments passing, value return, overloaded function names, default arguments, pointer to function, macros, user defined functions. So let's get right into it. So we'll first take a look at argument passing, and under argument passing we simply mean, or we are simply saying, functions can receive data through arguments or parameters. Functions can receive data through arguments or parameters. Let's see for ourselves, or let's see if that is true. Okay, so let's see if it's true. Sorry for that, guys. Okay. Alright, so let's start something. Let's put into practice. So we see void and greets. And we are not done. Bring a curly brace here. Nope. Good. Enter. Yeah. Bring out. Okay, so this was supposed to come before the integer main, but since we've already started with it, let's finish it. We'll bring it there. Okay, so print f, then we bring our brackets. Please follow, because everything I'm doing is practical, and we are on the practical base. Bring this. Now we bring an exclamation mark, slash, and then an n, then we close it. Yes, with the quotation. Bring a comma, name, and we close our bracket. So yes, from this, then return. Yes, just like I said earlier, we were supposed to bring the integer main right here. So let's cut the return O and print, copy there, copy it there, and then we remove it from here. So basically it still does the same thing. Yes, it still does the same thing. And let's take this off. bring it here and then move up to make the code nice. Yes. So yes, we continue from here and then we bring this. We can initially say greet. So let's find the name of sorry guys, I mistakenly hit the enter button, but no worries, we continue. Curly braces, and then let's find the name. Let's see Amma. Let's see Amma. Let's end the line. Yeah, we didn't end the line here, so make sure you end the line, else you have an error. And then so now we can basically say end our code and run it to see if we got what we wanted. So now you can get this off, and so you can see just here it closes from here and here. Okay, so let's build our code and see if okay, that's nice. Let's build our code in. Let's see if we'll get the output we want. So basically this code is supposed to is basically an argument, but just like we said, argument passing, we can receive data through argument passing. So this code here is supposed to give us an output saying hello Amma, even though it's an argument. Let's see if our code is all right. Okay, we have a warning bit converting a string constant to character, right? String. Okay, all right, so instead of string we wrote character. Okay, so but let's leave it that way and still see, and take it to our AI to see if it will correct it that way for us. We can move to our AI. Correct our code for us. Let's see if AI will give us what we are assuming the mistake is, and then we take it from there. That constant character. Okay, so modifiable strings. Alright, so let's add const to our code, to our character, and let's see if we still get our warnings. Let's build it now and see if we have. Okay, so yes, we don't have any warnings. Our code is perfectly built. So now let's run it to see if yes. So even in the argument we still received data. So this is what our output was supposed to be, and we have it. So hello Amma. Good. Let's move on to the next one, which is value return. So that also simply is saying functions can return values to the caller. When you say caller, basically me being the one behind the computer, basically, or me asking for it. Yes, I'm accessing it, so I'm the one asking for it. So let's see if we can truly do that. But with that, we won't really get an output. Basically, we won't really get an output, guys, to be honest. We won't get an output, let's see, like the way we got, like the way, yes, compiler, like the way we got hello Ama as an output. For the value return, we wouldn't get an output, basically. But let's get right into it to see how it's done. So integer add integer a, say integer b. Okay, that's okay. And sorry for that, guys. And then initially we bring our return a plus. Trying to look for plus on my keyboard, and yes, found it. Plus b, and then we end the line. Okay, we end the line. All right, and then I don't know if this would work too, because we basically integer main already been declared at the top, so let's see if it will be okay. So yeah, integer results. Same function add. Then return O, and we end the line. Yes, so basically this is it. So our output will basically be 8. Yes, but we are not necessarily looking for an output, so let's build and see if the code we've written is. So okay, we have errors. Okay, so a function, okay, a function definition allowed here before, and error expected input. Okay, so let's put it in our AI and see what our problem with the code is. But like I said, for this you wouldn't really get an output. Yesterday, or in our previous video, our AI was misbehaving, but today it's functions which is not allowed. Okay, so semicolon after integer results. Okay, so that's and then like they said, our integer main not allowed, so corrected code will basically be call greet function. Okay, so basically one main, okay, added missing semicolon, integer results, and then reorganized functions or function definition is before main. Okay, so okay, so in order to do this, think we see our integer main is here, so basically we can clear this integer main since we are done with it. I think that's what our AI did, because right after, yes, it cleared it, and then yes, so let's try to okay, so all right, let's clear this first. Let's clear this from our code. And then let's add a print function. Where is our AI? Yes, so print f results. Okay, so let's add so that we get an output. Results results. I think there is a quotation brace. Yes, it's in a string. Okay, so sorry guys, these things are very important. They are minor but very important. Yes, I think this is it. And then okay, before the D there is a percentage sign, and then I think there is a slash. Yes, the slash and then an N. Okay, slash we leans forward and then an N, and then we close it. Okay, looking at it from here, yeah, I think so. Results, all right. Sorry. Thank you. In the line, let's see if it matches. Okay, return O. All right, let's see if okay, we still have an error. String literal operator results with const character. Unused variable results. Okay, let's go back to our AI to see what we are missing. Okay, no, let's take a better screenshot. because the other code is interfering with the recent one, that's where the issue is coming from. So I think for the subsequent ones, we will clear the whole code and then build a new one so that we don't, yes. Okay, so return a plus b, integer main, integer result, results. Alright, okay, there is a missing comma. Okay, so there is a missing comma here before. Alright, so I think that was the problem. Yes, that was the problem, the missing comma. So you see how vital every sign in coding is, whether it's just a mere comma, whether it's the double quoted mark which is indicating a string and the single one indicating a character. Let's run our code and see if we get our results. Yes, so our result is 18. Sorry, it's 8, like we are supposed to get. Yes, so that's it with the value return. Yes, just like we said, functions can return values to the caller. I'm the caller here, and then I instructed the code for it to return a value, and then it did. And that's basically it with value return. Now next is overloaded functions. Overloaded function names. And with that, it's basically we can just like the overloaded there means like multiple functions with the same name but different parameters is allowed in C++. So let's do something, but this time we are going to wipe everything so that it doesn't interfere with our code. Yes, and it takes our time. Yes, so I think we will need a void, so let's get right into it. So basically so we basically see out so we basically leave this here, then we start on a new chapter. You close it, void, we have void there, then we say print. You have to print so that we get our output. Yeah, so string text, and then we go back to this. Basically, know that you can notice we don't have our integer main here. Yes, it's not a mistake. It will come as we are working. You make sure you take note of such things because it's very important. Right, so let's continue. Yeah, see out we can actually add it together and it won't cause any problems, but we just want to make the code nice. Yeah, we want to make the code nice. That's the whole aim. Then we end the line. Make sure you don't forget your semicolon. Sorry. Now we bring our integer main, like I said earlier. Just to make the code nice, we bring it in the middle. Let's see. We're about to print let's see 10. Right, let's close our bracket, end the line. Let's print hello. Sorry, I left my cap locks on. Always remember this is a string, so yeah, bring your double quotes. Sorry, that's not the bracket. We end the line, and then basically you return O, and we are done. We need to end the line here. Yes, basically we are done. So this is basically overloaded function names. So you can see the overloads here, right here. Yes, and we had to code all these things to make that possible. Yes, so basically just for the text, you can see we declared the string here because for you to type this here, the hello here, you need the string data type, which we declared here. For us to print the number here, we declare the integer data type here. Yes, so basically let's just make this 100. Okay, let's just make that number 100. Let's build our code. Yes, it is a perfect code. Let's run it, and we have our number 100 and then text hello here. That's amazing. Now let's change our text to let's see money. Let's see, we build. Yes, and then basically we can see money 100 here. Yes, that's basically it with overloaded functions. Overloaded function names. Now let's go to default arguments. They are basically parameters. They are basically saying parameters can have default values if not provided. You can have default values if not provided. Let's see what that also is basically saying. We won't clean a lot of things or wipe a lot of things, but we'll definitely let some go because it's basically the same idea. Oh, we shouldn't. Yeah, that was the string. We need a string for this one. Oh, we need a string data type for. Yes, no worries. We'll definitely okay, let's not wipe this because basically the same thing that we need. And then think okay, we can wipe this. Let's leave it in there. Alright, so for this we need the string data type because we will be using text. So let's see, let's get into it. And then we see string name, we assign it, and then we put it in quotes since it's a string data type. String data type. We plan to make this video very short, but I hope our viewers understand us. Okay, so we are basically seeing out hello. This is basically a text, so the double quoted form, then we give a comma, yes, and then we initially, since it's a name we are declaring, and we've already declared the name there. Yeah, I think our line is ended already. Yeah, has to be on par. Yeah, so integer mean basically go for greet, and please we get rid of the value here, leave it like that. Just like one at the top. Who are we greeting? Who is our guest? Let's find the name. Let's say David. That's my name, by the way. Yes, so basically this is it. So you realize that we see out hello David and then hello guest in our output, but the key idea here is that we are basically saying parameters can have default values if not provided. That's basically it when we talk of default argument. So let's build our code. Yes, it's a perfect code. We run it, we realize we see hello guest like I said, then hello David here. Yes, so basically that's it for default arguments. Next on the list is basically our pointer to function. We did pointers earlier in one of our videos. Now we are about to do pointers to functions. Yeah, we are dealing with functions here, so we are about to do pointers with functions. We won't wipe everything like previously. We'll get rid of some and we'll leave some, but I think the top side will go so that we can indicate or show a pointer to function. Let's use numbers. So integer add, and we basically say integer add, so integer a, give a comma, integer b, bracket already closed, and then we go for the curly ones. We say return a plus b. We say a plus b. Yes, that's okay. that's okay, I think. Yeah, and then we wipe this. So integer main, and then we basically come for integer this is a function and a pointer. So in our previous video we learned how to indicate the pointer. Yes, and we give another bracket to integer, comma integer, comma integer. Let's assign it to, let's space it out just to make our code spacious and nice. We've already ended that line. Nope, sorry. Yeah, we've already done that. And then we wipe this side. That was too much. Oh, sorry. I want it to be in line with, yes, we've gotten it in line. So we say integer result function pointer. We say 3 and 4. Spacious, so that our code looks spacious and nice. Like I said earlier, our line is already ended here. So you see, when we leave our code like this, we are not going to get any output basically, but we want to get an output. Our output will be 7 because 3 plus 4 is 7, and then we wanted it to add. So in order to get an output, unless we print it, so let's print it and see if we will get our output that we want, just to be on the safer side. Double quote, and then we get our D. Yes, that basically ends our quotation. Make sure you bring the comma. It was like previously, you are not going to, yeah. So we end the line. Let's build our code to see if we have any errors. We don't have any errors. We run our code, you realize we get our 7 like we said. So that's basically it with pointer to function. So you realize, yes, this is how you indicate a pointer to function. Yes, that's basically it. And then for the very last thing, or maybe the last but one thing we will look at for today's session will be macros. That's basically, they also the preprocessor. We are saying preprocessor macros can act like simple functions. Yes, preprocessor macros can act like simple functions. Let's see for that. And I think, yeah, we wipe this out. And then let's get right into it. Yes, guys, now we are on macros, and basically we just said macros deals with the preprocessor. So we can basically see the preprocessor macros can act like simple functions. Let's see if indeed they can act like simple functions. So we put x in there, we close the bracket, open another bracket, another x. This multiplication sign, when it comes to programming, we put another x in there, and then we close our bracket. So the integer main, we will wipe this out and basically say integer num. Since they are numbers, let me say square, we use the variable there like we declared earlier. Square, maybe let's say square 10. Yeah, and then okay, I think we leave this there. The only thing we change here is number, basically num, like it is here. We are not using this, so we wipe that one away. Yes, that makes our code nicer basically. And square of 10, we are basically going to get 100. So yes, this basically is telling us that preprocessor macros can act like simple functions, and here they are. Let's see if we get the outputs we want. Okay, we have in this. X was not declared in this. Oh yeah, so you see, in C++, variables are case sensitive. This x right here was small, and we used uppercase x here, and I think that's the problem. Let's see if indeed that's the problem. Yes, so alright, we have a slight issue there. Okay, so we didn't bring the inline here. Yes, we didn't bring the inline there. I don't think there will be inline here. Just turning us is a variable which I don't understand. Okay, yes, that fixed our problem right there. So our code is perfect to build. Let's see. Yes, we get our 100. So basically, this or these are preprocessor macros, and we have proved that they can act like simple functions, like we said. Yes, so that's basically macros. And then for the last thing, that's user-defined functions. User-defined functions are basically functions us as programmers or developers create ourselves, and all the examples we looked at today are examples of user-defined functions. Yes, so that will be the end of our video today. I wish you luck and see you in our next video. Thank you.